ladies and gentlemen. Christian Hanna Horror here today, and we are looking at the new 4K release of Scream. Now, I have the Steelbook. A lot of people are still waiting on this from Amazon. I had it pre-ordered from Amazon, and I just decided to check a Best Buy, and sure enough, they had one. My copy from Amazon was slated to be here on the 10th, and I was just like, well, let me cancel it and or get it from the store. So here's the front. This is like a dark Steelbook, so it's going to be kind of hard to get you to see everything, but you got Scream on the side, then obviously you got Ghostface in the buck knife on the front, and I think it says a Wes Craven film right there. On the side of it, we got Scream. Everything's really dark and black and kind of like a matte black on here. Looks pretty good. I like the Steelbook on the back. This is so Paramount Pictures. This is looks like the most Paramount Pictures thing ever. Do you like scary movies? Got the cordless phone right there. It says Miramax there, and then Paramount Pictures. So apparently Paramount kind of bought Scream. I think what happened was when the Weinstein thing went down, they liquidated some assets. I think I'd have to do a little bit more research, but I think that's what happened, and Paramount got their hands on Scream. So we'll talk for just a few minutes about Scream, because I watched this movie for the first time in quite some time. And look, I like Scream. I am a Scream fan. I'm not one of those people that, when you ask me about... Here's the thing. Scream, to me, looks like it's become the Halloween for the younger generations. And I think that's amazing. Scream is like that movie that... I'm 29. I talk to some people that are 19, 20, 17, 18, that age. This movie is their Halloween. It's like for the younger generations coming up, this movie has taken the place of Halloween, of being that golden standard horror movie. That's really cool. I think that's cool. But a lot of times when some of those people ask me, dude, do you love Scream? I'm like, it's okay. And the response I get sometimes is as harsh as,
No, come on. You're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
But in all seriousness, I think Scream is a good movie. I think its importance is undeniable, what it did for the genre, making it become, horror viable again in the theaters. That's undeniable. I do like this movie quite a bit. On this revisit, on this 4K, I had a great time watching this movie. I'm a big Matthew Lillard fan. He's probably my favorite besides Jamie Kennedy in this film. I love Drew Barrymore. The opening sequence to this movie is my favorite scene without question. Do I wish Drew Barrymore would have starred in this movie? I think so. Nothing against Neve Campbell. I just really loved Drew Barrymore in this movie. I loved her performance. I loved her scene. She's just so lovable. I love Drew Barrymore. But this movie is great. There's no denying that. I would never deny the greatness of Scream. I for a long time, I really loved 2, but I've gotten to where really I'm fine with the first movie. I am excited to see the new movie because it's going to be, rest in peace, Wes Craven, I love you. But we've got different directors on this. We've got possibly a vibe to this one because it's not Wes doing it. Williamson, I don't think, wrote it. So I'm so interested to see what different hands and eyes can do for this series. So I'm excited about that. But yes, Scream is Scream. How about that? We'll end it right there. The review of this is Scream is Scream. No denying that. And I'm a big Fonzie fan. So Henry Winkler's in this movie. What's not to love about Henry Winkler? He's great. He should be in the new movie. No, wait up. He died a horrible death in this movie. Big elephant in the room is it's not uncut. I know that was a rumor speculated that it was going to be uncut, but unfortunately it was not. It really is a travesty that it's not gotten uncut because I have the Laserdisc. I have this movie uncut. It's worth it. I don't want people to tell... If people tell you, oh, dude, it's really not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. No. It really is worth it. If you haven't seen it uncut, go get your hands on the DVD. Go to YouTube and type in Scream uncut versus cut versions. You can see it. I think somebody posted the clips. I did a video on this years ago, Laserdisc versus DVD, where I showed the uncut Laserdisc. There's some extended stuff with Drew Barrymore in the beginning. You see the boyfriend's guts spill onto the porch. Gross stuff. Tatum, her head gets slammed into the garage roof when she has there's the dog door thing on the garage, and when she's trying to get out of it, when her head goes up and bends against the roof of the house, you get to see more of a bend and a crack on her neck. It's gross. But anyway, let's talk about this 4K. Is this a good 4K? In my opinion, this is related to the Laserdisc. I'm starting to see, to me, look, I'm a big Laserdisc guy, okay? So Laserdisc was a format that was for film fans, by film fans. They took They did great. The best at the time. They did the best scans, the correct ratios of these films, and they made it to where the filmmakers. It was basically like the format where the filmmakers were like, "This is how I want people to see my movie when they're at home." This version reminded me of the Laserdisc so much, and I'm going to tell you why. This release, to me, put the 90s back in Scream, okay? The Blu-ray for this movie, I popped it in again. It looks like what typical Blu-rays did. They shine things up. They sharpen things up. You need this. If you're a big fan of this movie, go for this 4K because this looks like it was shot on film again. You know what I mean? Like the Blu-ray, it almost looks like a contemporarily shot film. It's not a bad look of the movie, especially if you're not really into just, film grain and that natural look of what film really is. But I loved the way this looked. It put the 90s back in the movie, which is so needed for me. I want this to feel like 1995, 1996. And that beautiful film grain in here was lovely. You really get to see it in the opening sequence with Drew Barrymore. I felt like I was at the theater. I mean, I really, really did. Fantastic. I'm just glad that these movies are getting good treatments. So if you're a fan of 4K as a format, I think you're going to be very happy with this. If you're a fan of seeing film be seen the way it's supposed to be, its natural look, this was good. I was happy with this. My wife was dying to get this when it came out. Her name is Sydney too, by the way. She loves this movie, so she was excited when it got announced, and I was like, I've got to get it. I was going to get the regular release that day, but when we found out that we saw it in the store, we got it. So inside of the Steelbook, you're going to see, of course, the lovely Drew Barrymore. Nice disc art, just simple. Scream. You got Ghostface on there. No Blu-ray. If I don't, there's nothing on the backside of that. Now listen, if I don't have a pinned comment with this information, it's because hopefully somebody has already commented it below. They did do new Blu-ray releases of these movies, 1, 2, and 3. I do not know if the new Blu-ray of 1 has the same scan. I would like to say yes, but I'm going to find out because I don't know yet, and I have to talk to some people that are in the know on that kind of stuff more than me. If that Blu-ray has the same new scan as this 4K. I would like to say yes, but if somebody doesn't comment it down below, I'll have a pinned comment with that information as soon as I can verify it. But guys, this was good. I'm glad I got this. It looks the best it has since the Laserdisc. It's like a souped-up version of the Laserdisc without the uncut. And if you're a fan of Laserdisc, you know what I mean by that. That gorgeous presentation Laserdisc gives. This was it. This put the 90s back in Scream, which I think was desperately needed for this kind of film. It's got to look 90s. It's got to look like it was shot on film, and this release did it. So I'm going to give the picture quality an 8.5 out of 10, and sound quality was great too. Sound quality was really good. Now, as far as special features, they have a new featurette basically just commemorating Scream, and it looks like it was done on the set of the new movie. The directors for the new film, Williamson was in here. The cast of the new film, and the legacy characters, Courtney Cox. She was wearing a shirt that I saw in the trailer for the new movie, so it looks like they were on set when they filmed the little featurette for this. Other than that, the other featurettes are old stuff I've seen before, old interviews with Wes Craven on here, so not super duper on special features. If you have that 3 Blu-ray pack that has Scream 1, 2, and 3, keep that because it's got those 2 amazing documentaries, Still Screaming and Scream the Inside Story. Don't sell that set. Keep it for those documentaries. But if you're a 4K person, this is a good get, I think. I'm happy with Scream. I thought it wasn't the most impressive 4K I've ever seen, but it certainly was a great-looking 4K. I used The Shining as like the gold standard on how good 4K can be, and Scream passed the test, certainly passed the test. So if you want the 90s back in Scream when you watch it, this is a great release, guys. So that's it. That's Scream on 4K from Paramount Pictures. Definitely try to get your hands on it. Just order it. If it's delayed, just hang tight. You could check Best Buy. I think some people were finding the release at Target too. Just get your hands on it, guys. It's a good one. It's a good one. So thank you guys for watching this video. Can't wait for the new Scream. I'm excited. Scream is a great film. It's not my favorite 90s film ever, but to deny its greatness would be so silly on my part. It's a great film. It really is, guys. So if you're a fan of the movie, make sure you get your hands on it. Thank you for watching this video. This is Christian Hanna Horror. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. You could call me CHH. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.